Hello guys, I want to redo this video right here, or at least redo the code, because in my previous video I showed you guys how to write this right here. So this function here returns a list of unique random numbers, which is nice and all, but using Python, this is not the most efficient algorithm. Python has tools that you can take advantage of and actually make a more efficient and more optimal solution. So I'm going to show you that in this video. As you can see here, I have set some functions already. I have this create unique list, validate the uniqueness of that list, and the main method. I'm also importing random and sys. Sys is just going to be used to exit the program prematurely in case a certain edge case occurs. You don't need it, but I just thought it would look a little nicer with it. Okay, so down in this main method, we want to create two variables, and the first variable is just going to tell us how long the list should be, or how many indexes the list should have. So we'll just call it something like num of indices. Let's do indexes because it's easier to write. So we'll do num of indexes because it's easy to write, and we'll just have that equal to 10. So we'll do 10 indexes for now, just to keep it simple. And we also want another one that tells us so inside each of those indexes, the range of the value. So we can have the range of the value either be from 0 to 9. So every index could either have, just any random number from 0 to 9, or we can make it from 0 to like 100. And so we'll have 10 random numbers within that 100 range. And so we'll just set that to as a number range. And we'll just set that to 11 for now, just for simplicity. So, and we'll just make some comments. Range of random numbers to choose from, and then we'll keep that as list size. And then here is where I'm going to be using that import sys. So this is just a really simple edge case, is where if your number range is less than your number of indexes, then you should exit the program. And we'll just say something like, make sure you have a large enough range. And then what we want to do down here is create a temporary list. So this list is the only use it has is to be passed down into the create unique list function, and you'll see how it works out. So we'll just make in the value is going to equal that index number, and to do that in Python, you can do this really simple inline function, or inline for loop. I know it has a name, but I forgot its name. It's pretty simple. So you do x for x in, and then you want to do range of number range. And then we're going to want to pass in that list into the create unique list up here. And so what we want to do then is give it an argument or a parameter to accept. We'll do num range. You can probably keep it a number range as well. So we'll do that. And then we'll have, but we also want to keep track of the list size. So, or the number of indexes. So we'll just call this one list size, and then we'll pass that in too. And so now we have two parameters. And so we'll call the create unique list function, and we'll pass in num of indexes, and then the temporary list. So what we're going to do here then is we're going to make an empty list called unique list. And we'll just keep that empty for now. So what I'm going to do next is going to make a while loop. And in that while loop, we're going to be creating a random number, and it's going to be in the range from 0 to the number range. And then we're going to put in that index in, we're going to append that index value to that unique list, and then we're going to remove that value from the number range. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easier just to show you the code, and I think you guys will understand it a lot easier. So in this while loop, then we just need an easy condition, which is just while the length of the unique list is less than or is less than the list size. And because we're gonna keep adding values to the unique list, and once they're the same size, that means we have the size. Or once the length of the unique list is equals to the size, then we know that's what we want. So then what we want to do then is we want to make a temporary number, and we'll just have that be random dot range or rand range, and then we'll make it from 0 to the length of number range, just like that. And then we want append to the unique list. We want append number range at temp numbers. We want to get the value of number range at temp num at the temporary number index. And then once we do that, we remove it from the number range list. So we do number range dot remove, and then we just do number range temp num, and that's it. And then what we want to do, we have two options. We can print out the unique list, which is what I'll do. And so if I just run this right now, you can see down here that this is our output. No two indexes will ever have the same number, and it works. So we can also make this, so if we make this, to 1100, and we run it again, then we see we just have random numbers from that range. So it works. And if we have, if we have 5 or whatever, it's something that's not possible, it'll tell us that it won't work. And that's pretty much all. That's all there is to it. The next thing you can do is you can, what I recommend doing is validating the uniqueness of that list. Return. So you can return the unique list, do as you will. But what I want to do is instead of printing the unique list, I want to validate the uniqueness of that list. So I'm going to pass in the unique list, and I'm also going to make it so this can accept an argument, and we're going to pass in unique list, just like that. Oh. And then in here, the way to validate whether or not that list is unique, we want to add a fast way to check the list. And the best way to do that is using a dictionary. So we'll use dictionary equals, and this is just basic Python etiquette, I guess you could say. It's just called dict. But I like to do a little underscore, I just like to do this. This little underscore at the end, because I think dict is a keyword in Python, if I remember correctly. So just to make sure I can distinguish it from my own variable, I just give it this underscore at the end. So this unique list then is just a list of numbers, right? And we don't know if it's unique or not. So what we'll do then is, we'll just loop through the unique list. And we'll do for I in unique list. Okay, so what we're gonna do, now that we have the for loop started, we want to append I, which is the value of each unique list as you increment into the dictionary. And we'll just keep it simple. We'll have the key and value as the same thing, just because you don't really need to do anything extra. I guess you can have value whatever you want, but it doesn't matter. And so that'll do that. So now the dictionary will be filled with the unique list. So what we're gonna do now is we want to check if the current I value is in the list or not. If it's in the list, then we know our code is bad, and we'll let the user know, and we'll let the programmer know that there is an error with the code, or else it says it works and the code is just fine. So we're going to do just that. And so the way to check if a value already exists in the dictionary or not is actually really simple. So if I in dict, and that's it. That's literally it. If it's inside, so if I in dict, so it just means if the value of I is inside dictionary, so value I is inside dictionary, then it returns true. And if it returns true, then that means that number does exist. So then we'll print in your algorithm sucks. Why not? And then if you want to get really fancy, you can also do file equals sys.std err. And this just makes sure It makes the text red. So if there's an issue, your text down in the terminal or the command line or whatever, it comes out red. And then we'll just do, we can either, we can exit, we can return, it doesn't matter. And so at the bottom here, if we get down here, that means that there was no issues and your list is in fact unique. And so we can just print out a nice message to the programmer. Your algorithm is somewhat competent for now. So yeah, there we go. And that's it. That's the entire code. So what I'm gonna do now I'm gonna run the code, make sure everything's fine. So I'm gonna get this, your algorithm is somewhat competent for now. So I mean that might be enough for you, but I wanna print it out. I wanna print out how it looks like. Unique list. I guess you can print it out above here too, just in case if there is an issue, then at least you know how your final result looks like. But so this is how it is. So your algorithm is somewhat competent for now, and everything works out fine. So 3, 32, it doesn't matter. Everything's unique and it works. So that's it. That's all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave a like and comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and come back for the next video when I discover the cure for cancer. All right, give me a little kiss.